All right, so we got done with our first half of the semifinals between Notre Dame and Penn State. And honestly, I think that was a great game. Now, I didn't think that it would be as high scoring as it was. I mean, 27-24 isn't really like high scoring, but it's still a lot of points. Because when you talk about teams with great defenses, you probably looking at like 17-10 or something like that. Um, as far as like the way the game was played, the game started out super slow. Both teams couldn't really get into the flow of things, but that's a testament to the defenses, of course. So like third down efficiency, Notre Dame held Penn State to 3-11, or 3-4-11, I should say, in third down efficiency. But when it came to fourth down, Penn State was 100% at 2-2. Whereas Penn State's defense could have done better, a lot better, but they held Notre Dame to 11 for 17 for third down efficiency. Um, the total yards, not even, but it's 383 for Notre Dame to 339 for Penn State. Passing, Notre Dame had 267 to Penn State's 135. They had average, Notre Dame 21 for, 21 for 31 at an average of 8.6 yards per pass, but they did throw two interceptions. The second interception almost cost them the ball game, to be honest. Um, Penn State went 12 for 23, 5.9. They threw an interception as well. Uh, they also had an interception called back. Like they threw an interception to Notre Dame in the second half, but Notre Dame got called with a pass interference, which negated it, and then Penn State ended up scoring. Rushing, we didn't really expect much because Jeremiah Love was injured. He got injured in the last game against Georgia. They ended up getting 116 yards for Notre Dame, while Penn State ended up getting 204 yards. They both have 42 rushing attempts, um, but Penn State almost doubled Notre Dame's yards per carry, where Notre Dame had 2.8, Penn State had 4.9. Penalties were pretty much even, with Notre Dame 4 for 30 and Penn State 5 for 44. Like I said, the turnovers 2-1, and the possession clock was pretty much dead even, with Notre Dame having the ball for 29 minutes and 56 seconds, and Penn State having the ball for 30 minutes and 4 seconds. Notre Dame came in as the underdogs with a 1.5 bet on it. Um, really, I knew that the Notre Dame offense would try to ground and pound, and of course, Penn State knew that as well, and they didn't let up many yards, which kind of hurt Notre Dame because they got some good receivers, but they don't have explosive receivers. They have route technicians, but they, like I said, they don't have the explosive receivers like Penn State has Wallace and Evans. Ohio State has um, Smith and Ibuka and Tate. They also got the running backs out the backfield. Texas with all their speed Wingo, Bolden, Bond. Oregon with Evan Stewart and Tez. Georgia, I mean Smith whenever he can catch the ball. Delp. Um, they have Lovett as well. So like they were basically Boise State coming in, but their wide receivers had bigger names than Boise State, obviously because they're more of a powerhouse team. But it's like Jeremiah Love is, um, Genty basically, and basically Penn State was like, all right, if we shut them down, if we shut Love down, then we pretty much got it, got this game in the bag, right? So, like I said, it started off slow. Both teams punted the ball on their first possession. Then Penn State punted the ball again, and then that's when Riley Leonard ended up throwing an interception on his right side. Overthrew the ball to I forgot the receiver's name. Went over his head, and then sorry, I forget his name. Zakee Wheatley ended up picking the ball, and that ended up leading to a Penn State field goal. So then Notre Dame comes back. They run 8 plays, 24 yards, end up punting again. And then Penn State comes down, 15 plays, 90 yards, taking 7 minutes off the clock. And they end up scoring a touchdown. So then this is where the game kind of changes. We ended up getting a field goal out of Notre Dame from that possession. And then we get a touchdown. So now we're cooking with the hot grease, right? But then both teams, Penn State ended up, so out of the next 3 possessions, all ended in punts. And at a point, Riley Leonard got hurt. And when he got hurt, that's when their backup quarterback came in, and he just started taking over the ball game. This is when they got the field goal. He basically moving them down the field and whatnot, making things look so easy, right? And then Riley Leonard comes in. He starts doing his thing. Then Penn State comes in. They start doing their thing. They're going back and forth, right? And then, so Notre Dame gets the ball, and it was a 1-play drive. They throw an interception to the left. Leonard doesn't see the DN move from the line and drop back into, if this was college football or CFB 25, the purple area, whereas we call it the basically the curl flat zone, which basically takes away out routes, deep curls, and corner routes. He drops back into that zone. He tries to, I don't know if he really saw him or not, but he did throw the ball just a little bit high, but still the DN showed that he has a great vertical jump, ended up picking off the ball. So then that led to a Penn State touchdown. Penn State goes up 24-17. And then all of a sudden Notre Dame starts driving down, and Jaden Greathouse, probably the best receiver on the team, comes off the line, fall, makes his defender fall, right? Runs down, catches the ball, makes that dude look stupid, and walks into the end zone, tying the game up 24-24. Then both teams ended up punting the ball after that, where that led to Penn State punted, then Notre Dame punted, and then um, so Penn State is on their 28-yard line, and Drew Allen throws an interception to Christian Gray, which put them on Penn State's 42-yard line. So 42 yards away from sealing the game, right? With 33 seconds left in the game, might I add. Notre Dame, just runs out the clock just like everybody would, whether it's real life or a video game. They start running out the clock, and they kick a field goal to win the game. Honestly, I think Notre Dame, like I said before, they lost to NIU. Nobody really expected them to make it this far, but they're showing that they do belong. They're showing that they do have the ability to compete against these teams. They beat Indiana. They beat Georgia. They beat Penn State. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, Penn State wasn't battle tested and whatnot. Yeah, they beat SMU, they beat Boise State, but you're also up 7 points on a team late in the games. You gotta bow up. You gotta bow up. You gotta the national championship is right there in your grasp. It was already hard for y'all to make it to a national championship, to the college football playoffs before this 12 team season. Now that you had the opportunity, that's what it's really all about. So now the question is James Franklin in the hot seat? I don't know, man. Looking at his records against certain teams, against top 25s and all that, I don't know. But Notre Dame, they're showing that they might be the ones. So right now I'm watching the Ohio State Texas game. Just got out of halftime, and we're going to see who they're going to be playing. I think it's Ohio State. But until then, I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.